Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks. Hays Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks. Hays Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks. Hays Larks!
You're tuned in to the Larks Network. You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
Meet me down at the ballpark, where I'll be rooting for the Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Larks. Larks! I'll be rooting for the Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Larks. Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Larks. Larks!
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! Meet me down at the ballpark, where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
Good Saturday evening to everybody. We are back at Larks Park. Game number 2 of a weekend Jayhawk League series between the Haysville Aviators and your Hayes Larks. Larks took game number 1 last night, 9-1. Haysville comes in with a record of 5-13. They are 7th in the Jayhawk League. Larks are 17-5 overall, 11-4. That is good enough for first place in the league standings. Austin Thomason's going to make the pitching start tonight for the Larks. Last Saturday night, he had a good start in Derby. Went 5 innings of perfect ball and gave up 1 run on 2 hits in 6 innings pitched en route to that big 26-1 victory. So he's going to make the start tonight. 7:09 first pitch as Shea Gutierrez is going to lead it off. And
7:09 first pitch. 90 degrees.
90 degrees here in Hayes. 15 to 20 mile an hour breeze coming in from left center. Count is 1-1 on Gutierrez to begin tonight's ball game. Austin looking for a good start to keep the Larks out in front in the Jayhawk League as Gutierrez grounds a ball over to Wyatt Divis at third, who makes a good throw over to John Rensel across the diamond. And there is 1 out here in the top of the first. Carter Cross is going to step in here for the Aviators. Scott Wolverton's behind the dish tonight for the Larks. Wyatt Divis is at third. Colby Robinson at short. Daryl Myers plays second tonight, and John Rensel Jr. is back at first base. Jared Martin is in left field. Michael Anastasia gets the start tonight in center, and Clayton Raspberry is right back out in right. The 0-1-2 cross is in there, and it is quickly 0-2 here on the Aviators center fielder. So Thomason working fairly quickly here to begin, working ahead of hitters, throwing strikes. Here comes the 0-2. Ground ball to Divis at third. That's fair. He's going to have to make a quick throw in time. Oh. Jumped the gun a little bit there. I thought it was in time, but apparently it was just a little bit late. That's going to be an infield single for Carter Cross. It was a very good play there by Divis at third. Really had no option but to glove and throw in the same motion on a jump and just about beat Cross. Fly ball center field. Anastasia is there, barely has to move. He will make the play, and there are 2 outs here in the top of the first. Nigel Williams comes to the plate now with 2 outs here for Haysville in the first. Williams is out of Lake Erie College. As Cross leads from first, Thomason's first pitch is a curveball that drops in there for strike 1. Everybody is in action tonight in the Jayhawk League. Larks and Aviators right here at Larks Park as the 0-1 comes from Austin. That one misses for ball 1. Dodge City is hosting the BJs from Liberal tonight down in Dodge. Derby plays game 2 against Oklahoma City as that ball is flied out to right field. Clayton Raspberry will make the play, and that is the inning. So the Aviators pick up a hit, but they can't do anything else in the first. They leave 1 man on base. We head to the bottom half of the first inning here at Larks Park. Haysville 0, Larks coming to bat. Bottom of the first inning here at Larks Park, no score, as Colby Robinson is going to step in and lead it off here tonight for the Larks. Starting pitcher for Haysville is going to be number 31, Nick Kaufman. As he delivers his second pitch, has missed twice, and Colby is ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Kaufman is out of Incarnate Word. Here comes the 2-0 to Colby. Up and out. And 3 balls and no strikes here to begin the evening for the Larks leadoff hitter. Here comes the 3-0 from Crossman. Up and out, ball 4, and that is a 4-pitch walk to Colby Robinson to begin the night here for the Larks.
From Benedictine College, the second baseman, number 9,
Darryl Myers now to the plate for the Larks. He had 3 hits last night, including a big 3-run home run in the bottom of the 7th to blow that one open. Here comes the first pitch to Myers. That one is upstairs, ball 1, and the first 5 pitches tonight for Crossman have missed. Here comes the 1-0. Low, and that is 6 straight out of the zone for Crossman. Or Kaufman, excuse me. So here comes the 2-0 from Nick Kaufman to Daryl Myers, and that one is low, so 7 straight out of the zone here to begin the night. The Larks will take it. They will take base runners any way they can here in the first inning. Here comes Kaufman's 3-0. And there is a strike finally as that one catches the inside corner on Myers. And it's 3-1. Here comes the 3-1 pitch, and now Kaufman's going to throw over. His throw is in the turf, and that's going to get into right field. That's going to be a error on the pitcher, Kaufman. That was not a good throw. He spiked that into the turf in front of the first baseman, Williams. So I'm going to give the error there to Kaufman, the pitcher. And Colby Robinson is on second base. So 3 balls and 1 strike here to Daryl Myers. Here comes the pitch. And Myers fouls it off into the net, and the count is full. Here comes the payoff pitch from Kaufman. And Myers gets a piece as that fastball ran in on him. And I think he broke his bat. So he's going to go get a new piece of lumber here. And he will dig back in to see another 3-2 from Nick Kaufman. Daryl's back in on that left side. Here comes the payoff pitch once again. Robinson leads from second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Curveball inside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Nick Kaufman, and the first 2 Larks of the night are on base.
From the University of Texas at Arlington.
That'll bring Wyatt Divis to the plate now for Hayes. Pair of base runners on here for Hayes in the bottom of the first. Nobody away as Robinson and Myers were both walked. Here comes the first pitch to Wyatt. Swing and a miss on a Kaufman fastball, and it's 0-1. Wyatt was 1 for 3 last night. He singled and walked twice, also scored a pair of runs in the 9-1 Larks victory. Here comes the 0-1 from Kaufman. Inside, and that one is ball 1. Here comes the 1-1 to Wyatt. Fastball, that one is in there. And for the first time tonight, Nick Kaufman works ahead of a Larks hitter. And down goes Wyatt Divis. And that is the first out for Kaufman here in the first inning. That'll bring the cleanup hitter, Easton Kirk, to the plate for the Larks.
Number 25, Easton Kirk.
Easton was 5 for 5 last night. 4 singles, a double, a run driven in. He also scored 3 times. So he is seeing the ball. He continues to see the ball very well here for the Larks. Here comes Kaufman's first pitch. Fastball in the turf. That's going to get away from the catcher, Stoles, and both runners are going to advance on the pass ball. And the Larks have a pair now in scoring position with less than 2 outs here in the first. So 1 ball, no strikes here to Easton Kirk, designated hitter for the Larks tonight. Here comes the pitch. He swings over the top of a Kaufman curve, and that'll even the count at 1. The 1-1 to Easton, and he's going to check his swing. He will go around there, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Easton Kirk. 1 man out. 2 in scoring position here for Hayes in the first. Here comes the pitch. In the turf once again. This time Stoles does a nice job to keep it in front and save a run as the count moves to 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball, strike 3 called right down the middle. And there are 2 outs here in the first.
From Eastern Michigan University, the first baseman, number 33, John Renzel.
That will bring John Renzel Jr. to the plate here for the Larks. First 2 men of the inning have reached here for the Larks, but back-to-back strikeouts. And Kaufman's got a chance to get out of the inning as that one is inside as the curveball misses, and it's 1-0 on John. John had 2 hits last night, a double, actually 2 doubles, drove in 3. As that one misses as well, 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And Renzel's going to take low and out, and it is 3-0. Jared Martin waits on deck for Hayes if John can get on here. Here comes the 3-0. There's a strike right down the middle. And the count is 3-1. And the 3-1 is right there once again. And the count is now full here to Renzel. So Kaufman's a pitch away from getting out of the inning here with no damage. Here comes the payoff pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman, Gutierrez. He's going to field and throw in time. And that is the inning. So the first 2 Larks reach, both get into scoring position, but Hayes can't bring any in. They strand a pair. We have played 1 inning here at Larks Park. Haysville and Hayes scoreless. Top of the second inning here at Larks Park. Larks and Aviators scoreless as Austin Thomason moves back to the mound, and he faces Jack Cuccinata to start it off, and he is ahead 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Thomason. Curveball in the dirt. 4-1. And the 1-2 misses as well. And the count is now even here to the first man of the inning, Cuccinata. And that one is lined softly at Colby Robinson at short. He will make the play. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the second. Darian Williams to the plate now for Haysville. He is the designated hitter tonight for the Aviators. First pitch is in there from Thomason. It's 0-1. And that one is driven on the ground past a diving Colby Robinson, and that's going to be a base hit for Darian Williams here with 1 out in the second for the Aviators.
The left fielder, number 19, Campbell Quirk.
Campbell Quirk now comes to the plate to dig in for the first time against Thomason. He is a lefty. He goes to Monmouth. First pitch from Austin, misses outside and low, ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 from Austin, and that one will catch the outside corner. And the count is now even, and a ball and a strike. And the 1-1 misses in the turf. And once again, Quirk works ahead. Thomason working quickly here tonight as he is moving 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside there. And the count is full here to Campbell Quirk. Darian Williams leads from first. 1 out here in the top of the second for the Aviators. No score at Larks Park. Game 2 between the Larks and the Aviators, and that is low for ball 4. So a single and a walk, and Haysville has a pair on board here in the second. Jake Passow to the plate now for Haysville. He did not play last night, so this is his first action of the series. Here comes the first pitch. And that one is lined softly foul over by the Aviators dugout. Here comes Thomason's 0-1. Curveball inside, and that'll even the count at 1. And Thomason misses again. And now he falls behind Passow 3-1. Gets a sign from Wolverton. Here comes the pitch. Fastball. There's one from Austin, and he will fill up the count here against Passow. Looking for a ground ball, potentially get him out of the inning. Here comes the payoff pitch. Outside, and that is ball 3. Well, I missed one somewhere in there, but now the count's full. So full count here to Passow. Here comes, and now Thomason will step off, take time. Here comes the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Outside corner. Paints the black to get Jake Passow looking. And there's 2 outs. That'll bring the number 9 hitter to the plate here for Haysville, Manny Garcia. He is a shortstop tonight for the Aviators. He will dig in with 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the second. Here comes Thomason's first delivery. Strike number 1. And that one is driven into left field. That's a base hit fielded by Martin, and they are going to hold the runners. Williams will stop there at third, and the bases are loaded for Haysville here in the second inning.
Top of the batting order for the Aviators, the second baseman, number 1, Shea Gutierrez.
That'll flip the lineup card over here for Haysville. Shea Gutierrez comes back to the plate. Second time tonight. He is 0 for 1. Grounded out to Divis at third to begin the game. Big spot for him. Bases full of Aviators. Here comes the first pitch from Thomason. Strike 1. Yo, one line into right field. That's a base hit. Here comes Williams. He will score. Here comes Quirk. He's going to be waved home. The throw, not in time. And now Gutierrez is going to go to second base on the throw home. That is a 2 RBI single for Shea Gutierrez, and it's 2-0 Haysville here in the second. So Carter Cross to the plate now for the Aviators. Still a pair out there here in the second inning. Here comes the first pitch from Thomason. There's ball 1 from him as that one misses inside. Here comes the 1-0. Fouled off there by Cross, and that'll even the count. So Cross is back in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Austin Thomason. And now Cross is going to take time, and he's slowing down just a bit here in the second. Here comes the 1-1. And fouled off again there by Cross, and it's 1-2. And Austin can get out of the inning here with limited damage if he can retire Cross, trying to strand a pair out there in scoring position. Here comes the 1-2. Ground ball right at John. He is going to field and step on the bag, and that is the inning. Haysville picks up a pair on a base hit by Shea Gutierrez, and they take an early lead. We head to the bottom of the second inning here at Larks Park. Haysville on top, 2-0.
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
And we're back here at Larks Park. First pitch swinging from Jared Martin. It's going to be fielded by Jake Passow at third. The throw over to first is in time. So Nick Kaufman has an out on one pitch here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring Clayton Raspberry to the plate here for the Larks.
Right fielder, number 15, Clayton Raspberry.
Clayton was 0 for 4 last night. Here comes the first pitch from Kaufman. Strike number 1. And the 0-1 is a little bit low. And the count is now even to Raspberry. And again, that Kaufman pitch misses low, this time in the turf. And Clayton works ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 2-1. Fastball, that one catches the corner. Count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Clayton Raspberry. 1 out for the Larks in the second. Here comes the pitch. Inside in the turf, and the count is full. Here comes the payoff pitch from Kaufman. And that one is low and outside, and Clayton Raspberry is going to work a walk here in the second. That'll bring Michael Anastasia to the plate now for the Larks. He did not play last night. One out here for the Larks. Clayton Raspberry leads from first. The first pitch is low and away for ball 1. Anastasia in center field tonight for the Larks. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Strike number 1, a fastball right there. Michaels back in, ready for the 1-1 from Nick Kaufman. Strike two again, another fastball right there. So Kaufman coming right at Anastasia with fastballs. Here comes the 1-2. And that one is in the turf, gets away from Stoles. He keeps it in front of him, but Clayton got a good jump over there at first base, and he's able to take second. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Michael Anastasia, 1 out. In the bottom of the second, Larks have a runner in scoring position. Here comes the pitch. And that is a fastball high, and so Anastasia comes back and works the count full. Scott Wolverton waits on deck for the Larks. Here comes the payoff pitch. A chopper to Gutierrez at second. He will throw out Anastasia, and there are 2 away as Raspberry moves to third.
From Hutchinson Community College, the catcher, number 17, Scott Wolverton.
Scott Wolverton to the plate here for the Larks. It is going to be up to him here to get Hayes on the board, as they have a runner at third base in Clayton Raspberry. 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a miss from Wolverton. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Fastball. Another strike outside corner, and Wolverton is behind. No balls and 2 strikes here to Nick Kaufman. Here comes the 0-2. Just a bit outside. Good eye there from Scott, and it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here to the Larks catcher. Here comes the pitch. And that one, a curveball from Kaufman, misses low and away to even the count at 2. Top of the order, Colby Robinson waits on deck. Here comes the pitch. Popped up and out of play over to the right side. And Scott will see another pitch here at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 again. And now Wolverton calls for time, and it is granted by home plate umpire Randy Jordan. Here comes the 2-2. Line into left field. That's a base hit. Clayton Raspberry's going to come down to score. A 2-out RBI single by Scott Wolverton, and the Larks are on the board 2-1 here in the second.
Top of the Larks batting order, the shortstop, Colby Robinson.
So Scott gets a pitch he can handle in low and in, and he drives it into left field past Passow. So Robinson will come to the plate for the Larks as he takes strike number 1. And there is strike 2. The 0-2, fastball up and out. Ball 1. And the 1-2 to Robinson is fouled out of play. And now Robinson takes a ball in the turf, and that'll even the count at 2. So Larks trying to keep the inning going here with 2 outs. As Wolverton drove in Raspberry, who reached base initially on the walk. Here comes the 2-2 to Colby. Fastball grounded into left field. That's a base hit for Colby Robinson. Back-to-back singles for the Larks, and they have a pair of base runners on here in the bottom of the second.
The second baseman, Daryl Myers.
Daryl Myers will step in now for the Larks. He's 0 for 0. He walked in the first. And that is going to trigger a mound visit here for the Aviators.
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
So after the mound visit, Myers is ready for the first pitch from Kaufman. Takes a little off there and misses high for ball 1. Hayes looking for that 2-out magic. Here comes the 1-0. Grounded softly up the middle. It's going to be fielded and now bobbled by the second baseman, Gutierrez. That is an error on Shea Gutierrez, and that's going to load the bases for the Larks here in the second inning. The inning should have been over. All Gutierrez had to do was field the ball, and the bag was right there to his right. All he had to do was step on it, but the ball squirts away, and it's going to load him up. Wyatt Divis will dig in now once again for the Larks. He is 0 for 1, struck out in the first. He's got a chance to give the Larks the lead here for the first time tonight. Here comes the first pitch from Kaufman. Grounded right at Gutierrez. He will redeem himself and make that play. And the inning is over. Larks pick up 1, get on the board thanks to the RBI single by Scott Wolverton, but Hayes has stranded 5 base runners through 2 innings. We move to the third. Aviators 2, Larks 1.
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
we're back here at Larks Park, top of the third inning. 2-1, Aviators on top. Austin Thomason back to the mound as he gets a swinging strike one from the first man up in the inning, Nate Stoles. 3-4-5 set to come to the plate for Haysville. Nigel Williams, Jack Cuccinata will follow. Here comes the 0-1. That one misses low from Thomason, and the count is even at 1. And again, Thomason misses. And he falls behind. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 2-1. There's a strike on the outside corner, and that will even the count. So, as I mentioned earlier, every team in the Jayhawk League is in action. I didn't mention the last two, Great Bend and El Dorado, are playing as well tonight down in Great Bend. Derby and OKC are in a lightning delay. Down in Derby, not sure of a score on that one. Top of the third in Dodge. The A's are all over the BJs. It is 7-0. So, Dodge City has been on a tear lately. They have won, I believe, 6 of their last 7. Their only loss coming to Hayes on Wednesday night. As that one is grounded right back at Thomason by Stoles. Austin will field and fire, and there's 1 away. So a Dodge City win would actually help the Larks out a little bit if Hayes is able to come back and grab this one tonight. They could extend their Jayhawk lead out to 2 games over everybody. As Nigel Williams will come to the plate now for Haysville and takes strike 1. We'll pop that up for you real quick. They could extend their lead over Liberal from 1 to 2 games. Divis makes a diving stop at third, and he'll make a good throw to John Rensel. And there are 2 outs here in the third. So Derby losing to Oklahoma City last night, but that won't hurt them because it is non-league competition. So they're going to sit tight at 9-9 in league play as Cuccinata comes to the plate. Currently 3 teams in the Jayhawk League tied for third at 3 games behind the Larks. So it appears, at least right now, as it could be a Hayes Liberal battle, but if Hayes is able to pick up one tonight, they could potentially start to separate themselves here at the end of June from the rest of the pack, as Cuccinata is down swinging, and that is the inning. So a very quick and nice 1-2-3 inning for Austin Thomason to get the Larks back in the dugout. We have played 2.5 here at Larks Park. Haysville on top, 2-1.
At the ballpark, where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
Back at Larks Park, bottom of the third inning. Nick Kaufman back to the mound for Haysville. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Larks. Easton Kirk's going to get her started. Here comes the first pitch. Strike one. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Kaufman. And he's got Easton out in front of another one, and it's 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 to Kirk. Curveball gets him on the right arm, and he's aboard. So Easton, any way you can get on here after he looked to have been fooled by a couple Kaufman pitches both times, but he is aboard here to lead off the third.
The first baseman, number 33, John Renzel.
John Renzel Jr. to the plate now for the Larks. One on, nobody out here in the third. That one is in there to Renzel for strike number one. Here comes the 0-1 to John. A curveball stays upstairs. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. So the middle of the Larks order here looking to bring some men around and get this game tied. As the Aviators hold the early lead here tonight. As that fastball misses low for ball two. Haysville held a very early lead last night too. They picked up one run in the top of the first inning, but that was all they would get against Michael Wong, Toby Scholes, Mason Myrie, and Shane Browning. As John's going to take another ball, and the count is 3-1. Here comes that 3-1 to Renzel Jr. Fastball low, ball four. So a walk to John Renzel, and the first two Larks have reached here in the third inning.
The left fielder, number 27, Jared Martin.
Jared Martin to the plate here for the Larks. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to the third baseman. Here comes the first pitch to Martin. That one is low for ball one. So once again here, Kaufman is in his little rut of struggling to find the strike zone, as 5 straight have missed here. And the 1-0 misses as well to Martin, so that is 6 consecutive balls here from Kaufman. Before that, he threw 1 strike, and the pitch before that, he hit Easton Kirk. So a little bit erratic from Kaufman here right now in the third. Here comes the 2-0 to Martin. Chopper, going to be a tough play, and there's going to be no play, as Kaufman actually made a smart decision to try and beat the runner Kirk to third, but just no chance. And that infield single for Jared Martin is going to load the bases for the Larks with nobody out here in the third. Clayton Raspberry will come to the plate now for the Larks. Here comes the first pitch to Raspberry. Curveball in the dirt, ball one. So Nick Kaufman in all sorts of trouble right now here for the Aviators. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the third. Here comes the 1-0 to Clayton Raspberry. Fouled it off back to the netting, and that'll even the count. And Clayton there will take ball 2. So he works ahead of Kaufman as well. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here comes the pitch. And that one misses low and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. And now Kaufman is in danger of walking in the tying run here in the 3rd with nobody out. Still nobody up in the Aviator bullpen. Actually, no, I don't believe there's anybody throwing in the Aviator pen. Kaufman gets his sign from Stoles. Here comes the 3-1 to Raspberry. Fastball low and in the turf. Ball 4. And that's going to be an RBI for Clayton as he is walked. That'll bring in the tying run as Easton Kirk trots down from 3rd. It's 2-2 here in the 3rd inning. And that'll bring Michael Anastasia to the plate for the Larks, and that'll also trigger a mound visit once again for the Aviators.
And number 28.
So after the mound visit, Michael Anastasia will come to the plate. Bases are still loaded. Here comes the first pitch from Kaufman, and he can still not find the strike zone.
Catcher can't catch him.
As Kaufman is working his catcher, Nate Stoles, very hard here in the 3rd inning as he's putting a lot in the dirt. So 1 ball, no strikes to Michael Anastasia. Larks have already tied the game. Clayton Raspberry's RBI walk. Just 1 batter to go. Here comes the 1-0 to Anastasia. And he fouls that one off of the catcher, and that hurt. As Stoles is... And they are going to give Nate Stoles just a minute here to walk that one off, as it looks like he took that one off of the left foot somewhere. Not quite sure exactly where, but somewhere where the padding doesn't reach.
He's had a hard night. He's had a lot of balls in the dirt.
So Stoles is ready. And he walks that off. 1 ball, 1 strike to Michael Anastasia. Here comes the pitch from Kaufman. Curveball up and in. Ball 2.
1 out.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Anastasia. Fastball. And that is softly lined right at the first baseman, Williams. No chance for Raspberries. He's going to be doubled up. So that is a 3 unassisted double play. And just like that, Haysville has 2 outs.
Catcher number 17, Scott Wolverton.
Scott Wolverton to the plate now for the Larks. Wolverton is 1 for 1, drove in a run back in the 2nd inning as he's going to take ball number 1 from Kaufman. Still a pair of base runners out there in scoring position for the Larks. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Kaufman to Wolverton. There's a curveball that catches the zone, and that'll even the count at 1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Kaufman. And Wolverton swings through one in the dirt. And it's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. Curveball upstairs. And that'll even the count. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Down goes Wolverton. And the inning is over. So the Larks load the bases with no outs, but get just the 1 on the walk to Clayton Raspberry. We have played 3 innings here at Larks Park. Larks and Aviators tied at 2.
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
Meet me down at the ballpark where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
And we're back here at Larks Park. Thomason back to the mound. He gets
Left fielder number 19.
Darian Williams swinging at the first pitch, and 1 pitch, 1 out for Thomason. It is a 1-6-3 put out as Colby Robinson finally gloves it and throws him out at first. So Campbell Quirk to the plate once again for Haysville. So that one is in there, and the count is 1-1 strike. Good crowd once again here at Larks Park. And he's going to swing through that one. And the count is 1-2 here on Quirk. As Thomason works quickly here, looking for another quick inning. His top of the third was very quickly, got the Aviators in order. That one's going to miss to even the count at 2. Here comes the 2-2. Outside, and now the count is full. Three-two pitch, outside ball 4. Thomason lost him. And the Aviators have a base runner here in the top of the 4th. Jake Passow to the plate now for Haysville. Here comes the first pitch from Thomason. Ground ball up the middle. This could be 2. Myers is going to flip to Robinson for 1. The throw to Rensel in time for 6-3 double play. And Thomason puts together another quick inning here in the 4th. We have played 3.5 here in Hayes. Larks and Aviators tied at 2.
Meet me down at the ballpark, where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
You're tuned in to the
Bottom of the 4th inning here at Larks Park. Nick Kaufman back to the mound for Haysville. And the Larks are going to send the top of the order, and Colby Robinson to the plate. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one is low, and it's 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch to Robinson misses once again, and it is 3-0. and that one is up and out. A 4-pitch walk to Colby Robinson here to begin the 4th inning for the Larks.
The second baseman, Daryl Myers.
That'll bring Daryl Myers to the plate now for the Larks. He is 0 for 1, walked in the first. Also reached on an error, so he's been aboard twice. Here comes the first pitch. He's going to square to bunt and take strike 1. The 1-1 to Myers is grounded to Gutierrez. He's going to go to first base as that's his only play. So Myers is out on the fielder's choice. Robinson will advance to second base. 1 out here in the 4th.
Third baseman, Wyatt Divis.
Wyatt Divis to the plate now for the Larks. Here comes the first pitch to Wyatt. That one misses. 4-1. Here comes the 1-0. Wyatt swings through a Kaufman fastball, and the count is even at 1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Wyatt Divis. And that one is fouled back our way into the net. And Kaufman works ahead 1-2 here on the Larks' third baseman. Here comes the 1-2. And that one is lined into left field. That's going to drop in front of Campbell Quirk. Wyatt is on with a base hit as Robinson will stop at third, and the Larks have runners on the corners here with 1 out.
The designated hitter, Easton Kirk.
And Nate Stoles is going to have a meeting with Kaufman at the mound. Before facing the Larks' designated hitter, Easton Kirk. He is 0 for 1. First pitch to Kirk is fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Kirk's going to foul that one off as well. And Kaufman works ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Easton's going to pop it up into shallow left field. Tough play for the shortstop. Garcia, he will range out into left, make the play. And there are 2 outs here in the 4th.
First baseman,
John Rensel Jr. to the plate now for the Larks. He will dig in on the left side to face Kaufman. Runners still on the corners. 2 away. Here comes the first pitch. Low and away, ball 1. Kaufman's ready. Here comes the pitch. Again low. And it's 2-0 on John. Jared Martin waits on deck for the Larks. The 2-0 to Rensel gets away from the catcher. Stoles. Kaufman throws it in the dirt, and it bounces off to the left, and that'll allow Colby Robinson to come down to score. So that's a run on the pass ball, and the Larks take the 3-2 lead here in the 4th inning. Here comes the 3-0 pitch to Rensel. Right there for strike 1. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And now John asks for time. It is granted. There comes the 3-1. Grounded foul.
Dugout.
And the count is now full here to Rensel Jr. Payoff pitch to John. Curveball outside, and that is ball 4, so Rensel Jr. will take his base. And there's 2 more base runners for the Larks here in the 4th. So Jared Martin will get an opportunity for Hayes here in this 4th inning, and there comes Aviators coach for another mound visit, and I think this might do it for Kaufman. We will see, and that is going to do it. They are going to make the call to the bullpen. They're going to make the call to the pen, looking for the righty, I believe. So we will step aside quickly here at Larks Park as the Aviators warm up a new pitcher. Larks on top 3-2.
Larks
Jared Martin will be the hitter now for the Larks. New pitcher for Haysville is number 11, Kyle John, righty out of Texas State. 2 men on base here for the Larks, 2 away in the 4th. 1 run already in to give the Larks the lead. Here comes the first pitch. Off speed in there for strike 1. Kind of a lower 3/4 arm slot for John. Here comes the 0-1. In there once again. And he is ahead of Martin at no balls and 2 strikes. Kaufman went 3 2/3, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Martin. Lined well foul. Out of play. Also walked 6 and struck out 3. He is still responsible for the 2 men on base. But John has Jared Martin down, no balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Line into right field. Caught by the right fielder.
That was a heck of a catch.
Coach Inada looked like he almost overran it and then had to come back the other way, but regardless, he made the catch, and Martin is robbed of a hit, and that is how the 4th inning will end. The Larks pick up 1 on the pass ball and take the lead as we head to the 5th inning here at Larks Park. 3-2, Larks on top.
Meet me down at the ballpark where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
Top of the 5th inning here in Hayes. Austin Thomason back to the mound. Manny Garcia leads off the inning for Haysville, and he takes the first pitch right back where it came from into center field. And that is a leadoff single. That'll bring the top of the order back to the plate now for Haysville. Shea Gutierrez. He is 1 for 2. Singled in a pair for the Aviators back in the 2nd inning. First pitch from Thomason is in there for strike 1. And the 0-1 just misses inside. That'll even the count at 1 on the leadoff hitter, Gutierrez. Some stretching going on in the Larks bullpen as they are up. Not throwing yet, but they are working out there in left field. As Thomason's going to check on Garcia to keep him close over there at first base. Here comes the 1-1. That one misses inside, so 2 balls and 1 strike here to Shea Gutierrez. And that Thomason fastball catches the bottom half. And that'll even up the count here as he works into the top of the 5th. Leadoff man for the Aviators is aboard. Larks lead 3-2. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner. It's grounded into left field. That is a base hit. He's going to go first to third. Here comes the throw. A good throw could get him. And they do not get him. So Garcia is going to go first to third on the base hit by Shea Gutierrez. And Haysville is threatening here in the 5th. They have runners on the corners with nobody out.
The center fielder, number 7, Carter Cross.
That'll bring Carter Cross to the plate now for Haysville. He is 1 for 2. Here comes the first pitch. Chopper foul over there by third base. And it's 0-1. Middle infield, Robinson and Myers at double play depth. They will take a pair of outs here and give up the run if they can get a ground ball. As it is still fairly early. Here comes the 0-1 from Thomason. There's that ground ball, but Rensel's going to have no play but to go to first base. And Carter Cross gets the job done. That is 3 unassisted on the putout. He drives in the tying run. It is 3-3 here in the 5th.
The catcher, number 4, Nate Stoltz.
That'll move Gutierrez to second base. Nate Stoltz digs in on the right side. He is the catcher. Has been worked hard tonight. So far, at least. Here comes the first pitch from Thomason. Strike number 1. Here comes Austin's 0-1 pitch. This one is low and near the turf, and that'll even the count at 1. The 0-2 pitch. The 1-1. Actually, so apparently it was no balls and 2 strikes, and I've been a little bit off tonight with balls and strikes. But Cross is, or Stoltz is out, excuse me, on the looking strikeout, so that's the 2nd out of the inning for Thomason, and that's going to bring Nigel Williams to the plate now. One ball, no strikes. Here to Williams. Comes the pitch from Thomason. Lined foul over to the right. And the count is even at 1-1. There's strike 2 to Williams. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Here comes the pitch from Thomason. Popped up and out of play over to the right, and we'll do it again.
We're still giving away dollar bills when you bring it back to the Larks nest, courtesy of the Hayes Police Department.
So Nigel Williams will dig back in on the right side. Thomason looks to Wolverton for his sign. He's ready to deliver the 1-2 pitch once again. And a soft chopper over there in front of the Larks dugout, and Williams is going to stay alive here at 1-2. Trying to preserve the inning here until he can get a pitch he likes and potentially give Haysville the lead, as the go-ahead run is in scoring position at second base. Here comes the 1-2 again. Up the middle, base hit. Here comes the runner to the plate, and Anastasia is going to let it get under his glove. That's an RBI single for Nigel Williams. And Haysville regains the lead 4-3 here in the top of the 5th.
The right fielder, number 15, Jack Cuccinara.
Jack Cuccinara, the hitter now for Haysville. And Thomas will step off. Aviators have rallied here in the 5th, put up 2 runs and retaken the lead here at Larks Park. Here comes the first pitch from Thomason, popped up over to the right side. It's going to get out of play. And it's 0-1. And again, Thomason misses. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Cuccinara. Here comes Thomason's delivery. Swing and a miss. And that'll even the count at 2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Low and in, and the count is now full to the Aviators' right fielder. Payoff pitch. Fly ball deep to left. Back goes Martin. He will make the play at the wall. And that is the inning, a loud 3rd out. But Haysville has come back. They pick up 2 runs here in the top of the 5th and regain the lead. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning here at Larks Park. Aviators 4, Larks 3. Bottom of the 5th inning here at Larks Park, 4-3 Aviators. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Larks here in the 5th as Raspberry takes strike 1 as he swings through a Kyle John fastball. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Outside, and that'll even the count. Clayton was walked his last time. That brought in a run.
It's walked twice.
1-1. Raspberry's way out in front of that one. And Ryan works ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Raspberry way out in front again, swings through another one, and he is down on strikes. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th.
The center fielder, Michael Anastasia.
Coming to the plate now for the Larks, the center fielder, Michael Anastasia. He is 0 for 2. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Anastasia grounded into that, or lined into that 3 unassisted double play that kind of put a damper on the Larks' third where they had the bases loaded with nobody out. Here comes the 0-1, way outside, and that'll even the count. Here comes the 1-1. And Anastasia grounds that one foul past first base. And the count is 1-2. And Michael will foul that one off over to the left side this time. And the count will remain a ball and 2 strikes. Here in the Larks' 5th, 1 out, nobody on base. Hayes trails the Aviators 4-3. Anastasia lines it down the right field line. That's fair. He's going to put on the brakes and have to hustle back to first base. And he just barely gets back. That is a 1-out single for Michael Anastasia here in the 5th.
The catcher, Scott Wolverton.
That'll bring Scott Wolverton back to the plate now for Hayes. He singled in a run back in the 2nd to get the Larks on the board. Here comes the first pitch, way out in front of that curveball. He swings through and misses for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 to Scott. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Scott Wolverton. Here comes the pitch from Ryan. Or Kyle John, excuse me. Down goes Wolverton on strikes. And there are 2 outs here for the Larks in the 5th.
Top of the batting order for the Larks, the shortstop, Colby Robinson.
Top of the Larks batting order here with 2 outs in the 5th. Colby Robinson will dig back in against Kyle John. Here comes the first pitch. Fly ball into the gap in right center. That one is down and into the gap, cut off by Cuccinata. They're going to send Anastasia, and he's dead. Not even close. So the decision was made to send Anastasia, and he was out by about 3 miles, as it was not even close. So that is how the 5th inning will end. No runs for the Larks on a pair of hits. They strand a base runner. We move to the top of the 6th here at Larks Park. Aviators 4, Larks 3.
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
And we're back here at Larks Park, top of the 6th inning. New pitcher for the Larks, number 26, Sam Slusser. Darian Williams going to start it off. A sliding stop there by Myers. In time, a nice scoop there by John Rensel to get Darian Williams. What a play by both ends there. And there's 1 out here in the 6th. Campbell Quirk to the plate now for Haysville. One ball, no strikes. And that one is chopped weakly to Myers. He's going to come in and field and throw low. But Rensel's able to dig it out. And there are 2 quick outs for Sam Slusser here in the top of the 6th.
The third baseman, number 3, Jake Passow.
Jake Passow to the plate now for the Aviators. Slusser looking for a quick inning here in the 6th. Austin Thomason went 5 innings. He gave up 4 runs on 7 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 3. And that one is by Myers into right field, and that's going to be a 2-out base hit for Jake Passow. Manny Garcia will dig in now for the Aviators from the right side. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Pair of singles, also has a run scored.
Last inning. Time run.
One 0 is fouled out of play by Garcia, and that'll even the count at 1.
No hitters tonight. Nobody showed up.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And that one misses high from Slusser. 2 balls and a strike here to the number 9 hitter, Manny Garcia, tonight for Haysville. Passow is on first. He reached with a 2-out single. Here comes the 2-1. Off speed, stays high. 3 balls and 1 strike. One pitch fouled off there to the right, out of play by Garcia, and the count is now full. Chance for Sam to get out of the 6th inning right here. Here comes the payoff pitch. There goes Passow. Inside, ball 4. A walk to Manny Garcia, and the 8 and 9 hitters are aboard for the top of the order.
The shortstop, number 8, Manny Garcia. Is that Mooter in the bullpen? Looks like it.
Shea Gutierrez comes to the plate now for the Aviators, top of the order. Pair of runners on here with 2 outs. Both have reached with 2 outs. Passow singled and Garcia was walked. Here comes the first pitch from Slusser. Into the gap, right center. Raspberry is over. He will make the play. And that is the inning. No runs for Haysville on a hit. No Larks errors, and they leave 2 men on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Larks Park. Aviators on top, 4-3.
You're tuned in to the Larks Network. You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
And we're back here at Larks Park. Kyle John back to the mound. Daryl Myers leads it off, 2-3-4 for the Larks. He takes strike one from John. Here comes the second pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2. The 0-2 is lined over the second baseman, Gutierrez, into right field. And that's a leadoff single for Daryl Myers here to begin the Larks' 6th inning.
The third baseman, Wyatt.
That'll bring Wyatt Divis back to the mound back to the plate for Hayes. He is 1 for 3. He singled back in the 4th. And Divis is going to pop that one into foul ground. It's going to get out of play. It's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 to Wyatt. Inside to even the count. And Wyatt's going to take a big cut but come up empty, and Kyle John works ahead 1-2. And Divis is going to take ball 2 there. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Wyatt. Outside, ball 3. And the count is full here to Divis with nobody out in the 6th inning. Here comes the payoff pitch from Kyle John. Low and in, ball 4. A single followed by a walk, and the Larks are in business here in the 6th inning. The first 2 men have reached. That'll bring Easton Kirk to the plate now for Hayes.
The designated hitter, Easton Kirk.
Easton is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the 3rd. Here comes the first pitch from Kyle John. Fast, actually that's off speed. Catches the outside corner. It is 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. And Kirk's going to pop it off the end of the bat out of play, and he's down. No balls and 2 strikes.
4th time tonight.
Here comes the 0-2 to Easton, and now John's going to spin and step off and look back Myers over there at second. Here comes the 0-2. Easton, line drive into the gap right center field. Here comes Daryl Myers. He is going to score. It's a tie ball game. An RBI single for Easton Kirk ties this game at 4. Here in the 6th inning, Wyatt Divis makes his way to third base.
The first baseman, John Renzel.
John Renzel steps to the plate now for the Larks. 1 run in. Still nobody out. Runners on the corners, and that is going to bring out the Aviators coach for another mound visit. I believe that's their 5th of the evening. So John Renzel Jr. is going to have a chance here to give the Larks the lead once again.
90 feet away.
Go-ahead run. Wyatt Divis is on third base. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. Here comes the first pitch from Kyle John. Strike 1 to John. A 0-1 pitch, up and out, and the count is now even. A 1-1 pitch to Renzel. And that fastball stays up. John takes, and he works ahead. 2 balls and 1 strike here on Kyle John. 2-1. Inside off the catcher. Here comes Divis. He's going to score easily. And the Larks take the lead. That is their 2nd run scored tonight on a pass ball. 5-4 Hayes here in the 6th inning.
That catcher's had a hard night.
There's a strike on John, and the count is now full. Here comes the payoff pitch to Renzel. Up and out, ball 4, and John is aboard. Still nobody out here in the Larks 6th. That'll bring Jared Martin to the plate once again for Hayes. So Jared Martin will step in on the right side. 2 men aboard here for Hayes in the 6th inning. Already 2 runs in to reclaim the lead as Jared takes strike number 1 from Kyle John. Here comes the 0-1. Martin's going to foul it off, and it's 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Way outside. It's a waste pitch from John. And it's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Jared Martin. And there's one out here in the 6th. That'll bring Clayton Raspberry back to the plate now for the Larks. He is 0 for 1. He has walked twice, scored a run, and also driven in a run on one of those walks. Has also struck out. Here comes the first pitch from Kyle John. Low and in, ball 1. Here comes and now John's going to step off. Here comes the 1-0 to Clayton. Fastball lined into center field right at Carter Cross, who will range a little bit to his left, make the play, and there's 2 outs here in the 6th. That'll bring the center fielder, Michael Anastasia, to the plate now for the Larks. 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Larks regained the lead with 2 runs here in this half of the inning. Here comes the first pitch. Strike number 1 on the outside corner. The 0-1 to Anastasia. Popped him up on the infield. Third baseman Passau is over into foul ground. Now back into fair ground. He doesn't make the catch. It's a fair ball. And that's going to be a run for the Larks. That's going to be an RBI single for Anastasia.
It's got to be an error.
So Anastasia is going to get credited with a single for that as Easton Kirk comes around to score. And it's 6-4 Larks here in the 6th inning.
That's pretty bizarre. Goes out into, it was not ball out. No, it is.
Here comes the first pitch to Scott Wolverton. He will take strike number 1. So the Larks will say thank you very much to the Aviators there, as they're pretty much given an insurance run, and they extend the lead to 2.
Extends the inning, too.
The 0-1 to Wolverton misses for ball 1. The 1-1 is cut on and missed by Scott, and it's 1-2. And Wolverton pops it up in the infield as well. Nigel Williams is over into foul ground. It's going to be a tough play, and he won't make it either. But this one is foul So new life for Scott Wolverton as the corner infielders are having an awfully tough time catching pop-ups here for the Aviators in the 6th. 2 consecutive dropped pop-ups is going to allow the inning to continue once again here for the Larks. So Wolverton gets new life. 1-2 remains the count. Here comes the pitch from Kyle John. And now he's going to step off and take time, as he should have been out of the inning about 5 minutes ago. He delivers the 1-2 to Wolverton. Low and in the dirt. Count is even at 2. Another nice stop there by Nate Stoles to keep that in front of him. He's been a busy man behind the plate tonight. He is going to have his fair share of bruises tomorrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 runs across, 2 on base. Wolverton at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Swing. Oh, I think he got a piece of that one, actually. He did. He fouled it off just enough to stay alive. Here comes the 2-2 again. Wolverton pops it up. Actually,
And he's still no play.
and that's going to be booted there by the third baseman, Passow, and he is having a tough time here this inning.
Is that a hit?
Top of the Larks batting one, and the shortstop, Colby Robinson.
So that's going to be an error. So Wolverton's going to be aboard. Me personally scoring a game, I would probably give Passow an error there, because that ball ate up Passow. If I was personally scoring a game, I'd give Passow an error, but the official book is going to give him a hit. So I guess we will give Wolverton the benefit of the doubt there and give him a base hit. That's going to load the bases for the Larks here in the 6th inning. And in an inning that Kyle John should have been out of a long time ago, he's not going to see the completion of it, as he is going to get pulled from the game. They're going to make a call to the bullpen. Byron Smith is going to be the new arm for the Aviators. We will take a quick break and be right back here at Larks Park. Larks on top of the Aviators 6-4 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Meet me down at the ballpark, where I'll be rooting for the Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Larks. Larks! I'll be rooting for the Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it.
So we're back here at Larks Park. Colby Robinson is the hitter as he takes inside for ball 1. as Byron Smith delivers the first pitch. So Larks have been fortunate here that the inning is still going. 3 times Haysville could have been out of the inning, but they were not able to make one of those plays. 2 pop-ups and a chopper. None of them could be made, and the Larks are still in the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch to Robinson. And that's a soft chopper fielded by Gutierrez, and they finally make a play, and they retire the side. So the Larks pick up 3 runs, and back and forth we go. They regain the lead. We have played 6 innings here at Larks Park. 6-4, Larks on top.
To the game, rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
Top of the 7th here at Larks Park. 6-4, Larks on top of the Aviators. Sam Slusser back to the mound for the Larks. 2-3-4 due up, as that ball was bunted by Cross and it hit him, and Wolverton was going to say that it hit him in fair territory out of the box and he should be out. So now the umpires are going to have a word. That's what Scott came up out of his crouch and immediately pointed to Carter Cross, saying that ball hit him outside of the box. And if that is the case, then he is out. But they are going to say it did not, and so it is just strike 1. No balls and a strike. Here comes the pitch from Sam Slusser. That one is off the end of the bat. Fielded by Rensel. Slusser covers, does a nice job. And there's 1 out here in the 7th.
Now batting the catcher, number 4, Nate Stoltz.
Nate Stoles to the plate now. Strike 1 from Slusser. Sharp ground ball fielded by Divis, coming across. The throw in time. He got him at first base. 2 up, 2 down for Slusser here in the 7th.
The first base.
Nigel Williams to the plate now for Haysville, and it's 0-1 as Slusser delivers a strike. And that one is lined into left field. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Nigel Williams is digging for second. The throw from Raspberry is late. And that's a 2-out double for Nigel Williams. Yeah, right field. Sorry.
The right fielder, number 15, Jack Cuccinano.
So Jack Cuccinano will come to the plate now for Haysville. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Here comes the first pitch from Sam Slusser. Way outside, ball 1. So you never know here. That extra run the Larks picked up in the bottom half of the 6th on the pop fly in the infield could come back to hurt Haysville here, as they would have the tying run in scoring position. Here comes the 1-0. And that Slusser fastball catches the zone to even the count. Here comes the 1-1. And that curveball is way outside. That's going to be a wild pitch on Slusser as it gets all the way to the backstop. And Williams is going to advance 90 feet up to third base. And the 2-1 is swung on and missed by Cuccinano. And Slusser's a pitch away here from getting out of the inning unscathed. Here comes the pitch. Popped up to the right, out of play. And we'll do it again.
Bring the foul balls back to Helga Arcatrina at the beer stand. Collected honor courtesy of the Hayes Police Department.
2-2. And that's going to hit Cuccinano on the left shoulder. And he is on base. Runners are on the corners now for the Aviators here in the 7th.
The designated hitter, number 14, Darian Williams.
Darian Williams comes to the plate now for Haysville. Tying run is on base. And now Scott Wolverton and Coach Keith Harper are going to take a trip to the mound to have a word with Sam Slusser. And there it is, a line drive into right center. That ball is down. Run's gonna score. Haysville picks up a run on the very next pitch after the mound visit, and they pull within 1 and send the tying run to third base. It's 6-5.
The left fielder, number 19, Campbell Quirk.
Campbell Quirk to the plate now for Haysville. And that's going to do it. So Sam Slusser's night is over here for the Larks. Hayes will make a trip to the bullpen. It's going to be number 5, Ryan Reuter, coming out of the pen for the Larks. So we will take a quick break while he comes in to warm up and be right back.
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
Meet me down at the ballpark where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
New pitcher for the Larks is Ryan Reuter. High pressure situation here. The tying run for Haysville is on third base with 2 outs in the 7th. Here comes Reuter's first pitch. It is in there for strike 1. Campbell Quirk is the hitter here for Haysville. Fastball just a bit outside, and the count is even at 1. So Reuter trying to get Slusser off the hook here with the lead still intact in the 7th. And as I said just a minute or two ago, how big was that run that the Larks scored because Haysville wasn't able to put away an infield pop-up? As that could come back to be a big run. Swing and a miss on the loopy curve from Reuter, and it's 1-2. Reuter set. Here comes the pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did, and Ryan Reuter gets out of the inning. He strands the tying run at third base, and Slusser is off the hook. It's stretch time here at Larks Park in Hayes. Larks on top of the Aviators 6-5.
Can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
Bottom of the 7th inning here at Larks Park, 6-5. Larks on top of the Aviators. Daryl Myers leading it off for the Larks as he swings through that one, and the count is 1-1. Byron Smith back to the mound for Haysville. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, a fastball in there, or strike two, and Daryl's behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball up and out, gets Myers to chase. He's down on strikes. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Wyatt Divis to the plate now with 1 out for the Larks. He takes ball 1 from Smith. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Again, Smith's two-seam tails away, and it's 2-0 to Wyatt. And Divis swings through a high fastball, and Smith is back in the count, 2-1. Two balls and a strike to Wyatt Divis. Here comes the pitch. Curveball stays a little bit upstairs, and Wyatt works ahead, 3-1. Easton Kirk waits on deck for Hayes. John Rensel also hopefully looking to bat this inning, as the 3-1 is just caught the outside corner, and Smith works the count full. Here comes the payoff pitch to Wyatt Divis. And Wyatt's going to pop it up down the line in left field. Over is Quirk towards the track. He will drop the ball in left field.
And defense just keep blows for Haysville.
And Wyatt Divis is going to be on second base after the error by the left fielder, Campbell. Quirk. And the Larks have a runner in scoring position here with 1 out in the 7th. So fielding has let the Aviators down here in the 7th inning. Easton Kirk will come to the plate now for Hayes.
It's the 4th man play in an inning. A little over 4 outs.
Larks have a chance to get that run right back that they gave up in the top half of this inning. See if Kirk can come through again. He tied the game back in the 6th inning with an RBI single. Here comes the first pitch from Smith. Fastball in there for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. And Easton's going to ground it softly to the first baseman, Nigel Williams. He will take it himself to the bag to retire Kirk, and there are 2 outs here in the 7th. So John Rensel Jr. will get a chance to hit here in the 7th inning. Wyatt Divis leads from 3rd. Larks clinging to a 6-5 lead over the Aviators here tonight at Larks Park. Here comes the first pitch from Smith to Rensel. Fastball high, ball 1. Here comes the 0-1 or the 1-0 pitch from Byron Smith. That one does catch the zone to even the count. Here comes the 1-1. A big cut there by Rensel, but he's a little bit late, and he misses. And Smith is ahead 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Off speed, inside, and John takes ball 2 as Byron Smith thought it was strike 3 as he was walking off the mound. No such luck, says home plate umpire Randy Jordan. It was fairly close. Two balls, 2 strikes here to John Rensel Jr. Here comes the pitch. And John's going to foul that one off to the left, out of play. And he will get to see another one. Here comes the 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. Down goes Rensel Jr. And that is the inning. So the Larks put a runner on third thanks to the error by Haysville, but nothing will come of it as he is stranded. We have played 7 complete tonight at Larks Park. Larks are clinging to a 6-5 lead over the Aviators.
Meet me down at the ballpark where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
Top of the 8th inning here at Larks Park. Ryan Reuter back to the mound for Hayes. 6-5, Larks clinging to that 1-run lead against the Aviators. Jake Passow is going to lead it off for Haysville here in the 8th. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from the lefty Reuter. A fastball misses away. Ball 2. Slusser went 1 2/3 tonight. Gave up 1 run on 3 hits. He walked 1 and struck out none. As Passow fouls that one off the plate, back over to the right. And that'll even the count at 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here from Ryan Reuter to Jake Passow to begin the 8th. Here comes the pitch. There goes the bat into the Larks dugout, and as Passow throws the bat into the dugout, he is down on strikes as well. So adding insult to injury there, he's got to walk back to the dugout as he is a strikeout victim of Reuter, and there's 1 out here in the 8th. Manny Garcia back to the plate now for Haysville. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Pair of hits, runs scored, and has a walk. So he's been on base all 3 times in that 9 hole as he fouls off Reuter's first pitch. It's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Ryan. Off speed, misses low and away, and that'll even the count at 1. Here comes the 1-1. And that's a strike from Reuter. He works ahead of Garcia. And Reuter's 1-2 misses low and away, and that'll even the count here on Manny Garcia. 2-2. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Nobody aboard for Haysville. They trail by a run. Here comes the pitch from Reuter. Swing and a miss. Down goes Manny Garcia. Back-to-back strikeouts for the lefty Reuter. 2 quick outs here in the Aviator 8th inning. Shea Gutierrez back to the plate now for Haysville, top of the batting order. He is 2 for 4 tonight. Pair of singles, 2 runs driven in, also has a run scored. So good night at the plate for the Aviators leadoff hitter, as he'll try and keep the 8th inning alive here. Here comes the first pitch from Reuter. That's a curveball that misses for ball 1. Reuter set. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball sneaks it through on the outside corner, and the count is even at 1. One pitch. Another pitch pumped onto the outside part of the plate, and he's ahead 1-2 here on Gutierrez. Here comes the 1-2 from Reuter. And now time was called there by Shea Gutierrez, and it is granted. So no pitch there from Reuter. It will remain 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Popped up pretty deep to left. Martin is back towards the track, still going. He makes the catch, he will not make the catch, as that ball is going to get down as Martin got tangled up there in left field. And that's going to get down off the wall, and that's a
2-out
double for Shea Gutierrez. And the Aviators have the tying run in scoring position here in the 8th inning. It was a well-struck ball, but pretty much just a routine fly out to left. And having trouble here, both sides now fielding fly balls. I don't know if they're having trouble seeing them up in the sky or what it is, but Haysville gets away with one there, and they have the tying run in scoring position as Carter Cross steps in, and he's going to take strike 1 from Ryan Reuter. And that 0-1 is fouled off there by Cross, out of play to the right, and Reuter is quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2. Ryan wastes one as he throws an off-speed pitch in the dirt. And that's low for ball 1. And now Reuter and Wolverton have a quick meeting. As the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Carter Cross. Tying run for the Aviators on second base. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Robinson will field behind the bag. The strong throw in time to Rensel at first. And that is the inning. So no runs for the Aviators on a hit. No Larks errors. 1 man left on base. We move to the bottom half of the 8th inning here at Larks Park. 6-5, Larks on top.
Meet me down at the ballpark, where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
And we're back here at Larks Park, bottom of the 8th inning. We're going to have a pinch hitter here for Jared Martin. Ryan Randall is going to step in and hit here to lead off the 8th inning. Here comes the first pitch from Smith to Ryan. Fly ball deep right center. Back goes Carter Cross. He will not make the play. It's going to be all the way to the wall. Ryan Randall's going to stop at second base. That is a first pitch leadoff double for Ryan Randall here to begin the 8th inning for the Larks. That'll bring Clayton Raspberry to the plate now for the Larks. Ryan Randall's going to be on second base after his double to the wall in right center, here to lead it off in the 8th. Larks would love an insurance run or two to take to the 9th. Here comes the first pitch to Clayton Raspberry, in there for strike 1. Raspberry's ready. Here comes the pitch from Smith. And now Byron Smith is going to step off and check Randall back at second behind him. Here it comes to Clayton. And Clayton's going to check his swing, but it is in there. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Clayton Raspberry. Nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. Ryan Randall leads from second base. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Raspberry. Off speed, almost gets him. Clayton jumps out of the way and takes ball 2. And the 2-2 is lined out of play over to the left by Clayton, and he will stay alive at 2-2 and see another one. Here comes the 2-2 to Raspberry. And that one is fouled back into the net, and we will do it again. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Curveball up and out, and Clayton works it full. Here comes the payoff pitch from Byron Smith. Up and out. Clayton is on with a walk. I believe that is his 3rd walk of the night. So he's on board for the 3rd time, and the Larks have a pair of base runners here with nobody out in the 8th. That'll bring Michael Anastasia to the plate now for the Larks. He is 2 for 4. Was fortunate back into the 7th inning. Popped it up on the infield and got a hit out of it and an RBI. So here comes the first pitch to him, and he pops it up on the infield again. Straight up. Second baseman Gutierrez comes in. He will make the play, an easy play, and there's 1 out. Scott Wolverton will be the batter now with 1 out for the Larks. Curveball from Byron Smith misses for ball 1. So Larks have a pair of base runners out there. Ryan Randall led off the inning with a double. Raspberry was walked. Michael Anastasia popped up to the second baseman on the infield. Larks still looking for that insurance run that they would love to take to the 9th. Ryan, he is at second base. Here comes the 1-0 to Wolverton. Swings through a curveball, and it's 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Way outside, that fastball misses from Smith. And it's 2-1 to the Larks catcher, Wolverton. Here comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss. That one dropped off the table from Scott, and it's 2-2 here to the Larks catcher. 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning, a pair of base runners on board for the Larks, leading the Aviators 6-5. Colby Robinson waits on deck for Hayes. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And down goes Wolverton, swings through a curveball from Smith. And there are 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Top of the batting order, Colby Robinson comes to the plate now for the Larks. Colby Robinson, the hitter now for the Larks, 2 outs. Runners still there at first and second as Colby fouls one off. It's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Smith. Off speed, Robinson's going to ground it to the third baseman. Pass out, he's going to have to make a strong throw. He makes it in time to beat Robinson, and that is the inning. So the Larks yet again put the first 2 men on base, but they yet again strand a pair. That is 16 stranded base runners tonight for the Larks. We head to the 9th inning here at Larks Park. 6-5, Larks lead the Aviators. Top of the 9th inning here at Larks Park. Hayes on top of the Aviators from Haysville, 6-5. New pitcher for the Larks is going to be number 21, Shane Browning. Browning's first pitch of the night is a strike to Nate Stoles, the catcher for Haysville, who's going to lead it off here in the 9th. Here comes the 0-1. That one misses a little bit high, and the count is even. Aviators need a run if they want to push this game to the bottom half. Now Browning's going to step off, take time. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from Stoles. And there are 2 strikes here on the first man of the inning for Haysville. Here comes the one. Oh, now Browning will step off again. And now he calls Wolverton out. And they're going to have a quick chat. So Browning trying to end it here in the top of the ninth for the Larks and give them the series win against Haysville. That ball is flied out to deep right center. Anastasia is over. He will make the play on Stoles, and there's one away here in the ninth.
The first baseman, number 9,
Nigel Williams to the plate now for the Aviators. Bottom of the ninth inning in Liberal. Dodge City leads the BJs 9-4. So it looks like Dodge is going to hold on there and should beat Liberal. As that ball by Nigel Williams is fouled back, and it's 0-1. No word from anywhere else in the Jayhawk League for now. Here comes Browning's 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to Divis at third. He's going to field and throw. A good throw from Wyatt Divis across the diamond gets Nigel Williams. 2 up, 2 down for Shane Browning here in the top of the ninth.
The right fielder, Jack Cuccinata.
Jack Cuccinata will come to the plate now for Haysville. It is their last chance here in the ninth. Here comes the first pitch from Browning. In there for strike one. And the 0-1 again is taken for a strike, and Haysville is down to their final strike of the night. Larks have a chance to take the series right here. Here comes the 0-2 from Shane Browning to Cuccinata. Lined into center. In comes Anastasia. He won't get there, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. And the tying run for Haysville is going to go to third base. Anastasia came up and tried to dive for a ball he really didn't have a chance of catching. And instead of letting it drop in front of him and putting a runner at first, it's going to go all the way to third base.
The designated hitter, number 14, Darian Williams.
So the tying run for Haysville is now at third base. Here with 2 outs in the ninth. So Browning's got some work to do now here to preserve the game. Here comes the first pitch, fouled off by Darian Williams. It's 0-1. Nothing like a little ninth inning drama. Here comes the 0-1 from Shane Browning. Curveball, ooh. Just missed inside, and that'll even the count on Williams at 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Darian Williams. 2 outs. Top of the ninth, Larks clinging to his 6-5 lead. Tying run on third base. Here comes the pitch from Browning. Off speed, there's a strike from Shane. And once again, Haysville's down to their final strike. Here comes the clap from the crowd again. Here comes the 1-2 from Browning. He got him. Strike 3 is called. And that is your ball game. The Larks take game 2 from the Aviators, 6-5 here tonight at Larks Park. And the Larks win the series with a chance to sweep tomorrow night. Hayes improves to 18-5 on the year, 12-4 in the Jayhawk League. Larks are going to own a 2-game lead over everybody when all is said and done tonight. Larks will be back in action tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, right back here at Larks Park. Chance to sweep the Aviators. We will be right here bringing that your way, 6:45 on HayesLarks.org. Once again, Larks win 6-5 over the Aviators and push their lead in the Jayhawk lead out to 2 games. Hope everybody has a good rest of the evening. We will be with you tomorrow night once again. Good night from Larks Park.